Hello everybody and welcome back to another video. Today is a movie review. Movie reviews are the new thing on the channel. Like that's the thing I've been focusing on because I have been watching weirdly a lot of movies recently. I am more of a TV guy. I like the Netflix original shows and I like all the superhero shows on TV. So I don't have time to go see movies. But like these movies in the past couple of days have really made me want to go see movies again. So today is a review of Passengers. Passengers was a movie that I did not expect much from. Nowadays, whenever you get like an original film, it's hard to create a groundbreaking story because like people have already heard groundbreaking stories from other people who told the original story long time ago. So it's hard for them to come up with a new like original story unless it's like a Christopher Nolan film, then it's like, anything by him is just going to be great. Like Interstellar was great, and I brought up Interstellar because that is like one of my favorite movies of all time. It's probably top five. Like if I really sat down and talked about my favorite movies, which I'm going to have to do one day because like that's just, oh my god, it's so complicated. Just like everything about movies. But just like I went into it thinking Interstellar, of course, because space and everything, and the travel and the hibernation sort of thing. So I was expecting a cheap version, a Chanel versus Walmart sort of thing with Interstellar and Passengers. Now when I went in there, um I like the actors, okay? Like a lot of people are, I mean, okay, I'm gonna start with Chris Pratt. Now everybody likes Chris Pratt. He's Star Lord. We all like him. But then you have Jennifer Lawrence on the other hand. And Jennifer Lawrence, my sister like loves Jennifer Lawrence like a lot because of the Hunger Games movies. Like that was like even like my first like exposure to a fandom. So like I grew up like my pop culture stuff grew up with Jennifer Lawrence. So it's hard for me to really hate her, but like I don't, it's just like I don't know, with everything she's doing. I'm not going to get into like everything she's doing now, but I don't hate her as an actress. I can see that she's still a good actress, and she's like the youngest person to ever won an Oscar, so that just tells you right there that you kind of can't sleep on her. So just like going into it, I thought the actors were pretty cool, and like that, those two, it's like a Gravity, another space movie, but like space movies have very limited actors. Like it was George Clooney and Sandra Bullock, and then like a couple other people in Gravity for like 2 minutes maybe, and then it was Sandra Bullock a lot of the movie. So these space movies have like very limited cast. So this cast included those two, basically those two. And this is going to be a review that has spoilers. Okay, it's gonna have spoilers because I just remember the one thing I want to talk about. So wait before you click off. Click the plus and the three lines in the top right corner and hit to add to watch later. And if you're on mobile, it will remind you to watch later. And spoilers after this point because something that happened in the movie, something that it really affected the quality of it. So I went into it and I was like, okay, I kind of knew what was gonna happen because you just watch the trailer and you're like, they kind of gave it away. It was just like they gave it away how what was going on. It's hard to keep under wraps with what like the big plot is of it when it's only two people in the movie and the plot is so specific. So when I went in there and the first big plot twist came and he was talking about how he was thinking about like when he first found her and he was waking her up or thinking about waking her up. I couldn't believe it because I had never been so wrong in my life about like a movie. Like I probably have, but like in the recent, like in the past year, I probably haven't been like that wrong because I was thinking, they're both gonna wake up and it's going to be some sort of alien event or something that the Earth people did, like, and they just woke them up early on purpose. But it ended up that Chris Pratt, his pod just malfunctioned. I thought like it malfunctioned because of like some kind of like tampering with it. But then he woke up Jennifer Lawrence, and I was like mind blown. And from then on, I was like, this movie deserves my full attention. So for the next like 2 hours, I gave it my full attention. I just watched the movie, and I can say that I really, really enjoyed this film. It held my attention more than Assassin's Creed. Assassin's Creed has a great, uh, it has a good heart. Like it's like a kid that does drugs, and but they're like good, or like a heart of gold stripper. She's like good inside, but it's like they just can't reach their full potential because something's holding them back, and just the movie industry was holding back Assassin's Creed. So Passengers was an original story, so it got to unleash all the shit that it wanted on anybody. So it did, and I was really like taken back about like how I enjoyed it so much. And like at some points it was like when he was doing the montage after the bartender said, maybe live a little bit, and he lived a little bit by playing basketball and doing the dance offs. I thought, okay, so it's kind of like a funny movie. Like if I were, like, I'm never like, probably there's like a 5% chance that I would ever be a director or a screenwriter in Hollywood, because that just like it was crazy. But if I were ever gonna do that, I would make those montages in a way where it would be almost like hard to watch them because they're not funny. You see the person like crumbling as a person inside by doing these montages. Like he basically was gonna go crazy, and then he just lived out his life on the ship. So that's how I would have done it. But they did it in a way, because like I'm not gonna brag on it because that's the way the movie was gonna go. That's the that these things are high up on my chair. That's what's bothering me. But the what the movie was going for, the tone of the movie, that was kind of like a funny, it was like 20% funny, 80% like trying to figure it out. It's hard to talk about a movie and review a movie, like even though it's been going on for 6 minutes or something. It's hard to like even talk about it for this long because it was two people. But when okay, but like okay, but there's still things I want to talk about. But like when it's a good movie like this, I can find things to talk about. So when he told her that he woke her up, or when the bartender told her that that he woke her up, um, I'm gonna start using Chris Pratt. I'm gonna say Chris or Jennifer Lawrence, because like it's hard to say he and her. But like when Jennifer Lawrence found out that Chris Pratt woke her up, it was like really like a shocking moment. Like that was like the whole middle of the movie was that plot and like that idea. So it was really like cool to see something that was able to have such a big impact that it affected like the whole movie. And that happens in every movie. That might sound dumb because there's always a big plot twist in the movie, but there was one in the beginning, a huge plot twist, not expecting it. And then this second one, it wasn't a plot twist. She just found out, and it was a big like explosion of her finding out and him trying to deal with it, but they still have to live together. And it's just like it was a really cool idea. I don't know why people hated it so much. I'm going to have to look at what the critics say, because before I make these reviews, I don't really like looking at any critics or anything that people have said. I kind of stay away from that because I don't want it to get in the way of what I really thought about the movie, because like then it's like not really my review. It's like everybody's review kind of put into my mind. So what I really thought about the movie was it was really good. It held my attention span for like a long time, which is like something that Assassin's Creed couldn't even do. And I love Assassin's Creed, like the movies and the comics and or not the movies, the games and the comics and everything. So it was really good, and I like the idea of assassins and everything. So it was really so Passengers was like really good. I don't know if it's just like the space thing that kept me involved, because I really like space movies, because it's just like there's so much out there. Like there are videos on YouTube that like shake me to my core, because they're like, this is Earth, and they show you compared to our sun, and I'm like, oh my fucking god, we're fucking small compared to our sun. And then they expand and they show the sun compared to another star, and it's like this star is 100 trillion billion times bigger than our sun. I'm like, what the fuck? And they're like, that's one solar system in a galaxy that's trillions of times bigger than that. And then in the universe, there's like billions of universes of galaxies, and it's like mind-boggling. So when I see a space movie that kind of deals with like interstellar travel and stuff like that, it's really cool for me. So maybe that's the reason I liked it. And really the plot was really good, and I just like I really enjoyed it. I don't know why. And there was something else I wanted to talk about in this movie. What Chris Pratt did was not justifiable in a person that did it in the first maybe week. Okay, but like after spending, nobody can say, because people are like, oh, why did he do that? They got mad at him for it, like on Twitter and everything. But you don't know what it's like to be alone for a year. Like he was alone for a year, and then where'd you go? Oh, computer went off. But you don't know what it's like to be alone for a year. So you can't even tell him like it's wrong to do that. Like he wasn't in the right mental state. Like he wasn't all there in his brain. So what he did was like, I think something anybody would have thought about doing. A lot of people probably would have done it like in like 2 months or 1 month. Somebody might have woken somebody else up the day that they woke up because they were so scared. But like he held off for a year, so I'm like, I kind of understand it. And like somebody I saw a movie with was like, I think she finally figured out why he uh, woke her up was when he was out fixing the jam door, and she said, I can't live on this ship without you. And she realized he can't live on the ship without her. So she kind of just, it kind of clicked for her that it was the reasoning behind it wasn't just so he can have company. It was like he couldn't live without her. So it was kind of, let me know what you guys thought about that twist, because that was like, it shook me really hard. It was like crazy, like that whole plot twist was crazy. So that's really it for the video. In conclusion, I liked it a lot. Go see it. It is a great like movie to see with people, like family. Like I always compare it to that, like Assassin's Creed. Don't go see that on Christmas break with your family. It's like people are there, but like Christmas break is over, so go see, but take somebody to go see Passengers, because more people should see it, more people should appreciate it, because it was really cool. So I will see you guys in the next video, where it will be hopefully better edited and more time spent on it, because these are not spent a lot of time on, because I just don't see what I could do that makes these more interesting than just me talking. Maybe like adding music, but like I can never find music that fits it. So I'm going to try my best in 2017 to work on the whole after filming process, because like I always focus on the hardware too much, but I need to focus on actually caring about the editing and everything. So that's it for the video. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you guys in the next one. Goodbye.